Like Nintendo? I love Nintendo? Well, you're gonna like this. Except I'm gonna throw you a curveball here and talk about a Sega item. Yep, I got another Dreamcast visual memory unit in the box because there's a few sellers, at least one or two sellers I think, on eBay who just has a shit ton of VMUs, brand new, in this style packaging, you know, compared to the older style packaging, which I have. I have a lot of boxed Dreamcast stuff compared to like all my other systems. I think Dreamcast and the GameCube I have the most stuff boxed for. So that's pretty cool. The VMU itself, here it is, blue, you know, because I like this color of blue. I like the color blue. I don't know what my favorite color is, but you know, hey, blue and also red are up there, along with orange. You know, matching with the controller, you know. There, see, isn't that a nice sight? Here, I have another VMU in there. Here, let me take the cover off. Yeah, it does that. Especially the blue VMU compared to my white VMU. But there it is, see the controller. Yeah, now to turn it. Yeah, but the annoying thing is to turn this off, I always have to, like, you know, set the date and, you know, hit sleep mode. But the watch, as I put it in, it's probably going to turn on again. Or not. Anyways, yeah, good to have another Dreamcast VMU. Alright, now for some Nintendo stuff. Here we have Mega Man 4 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Nintendo Entertainment System. That wasn't necessary. Anyways, now I like the Mega Man series a lot, actually. It's definitely something I'd like to get into more, especially the Classic and the X series. And my way of doing that was to get the Mega Man X collection and the Mega Man Anniversary collection, because getting all the original games is unfeasible as fuck, especially for somebody like myself. But with that said, I wanted to at least get, well, a few of the original games. Like, for example, I would like to get Mega Man X2 for the Super Nintendo, despite that being one of the rarest games to the system. Would still be nice to have, and especially with the NES, you know, there's fucking 6 of Mega Mans on there. I wanted at least one. Though, now that I got this, I might go for a few more of them. But, however, I actually got this for free. Yeah, from my, well, if you watch this show, you might know who he is, but, you know, a great friend of mine, Juan, you know. He's got some NES games, and it was very nice of him to give that. You know, he's a great guy. But, yeah, as for Mega Man 4 itself, I think it's a very competent game. I really do. I mean, it's better than 5, you know, I think that's probably even better than Mega Man 1. Just, you know, I played it, I beat it, you know, the first Classic Series Mega Man game I ever beat. But I really think it's a very competent, well-made, enjoyable time. You know, even adding stuff like the, you know, the slide. Or, no, that was, no, I mean the charging shot, yeah. You know, just very nice additions, you know, very nice stuff. Music, I'll know, is not as memorable as the other Mega Mans, but, it's still a very enjoyable, competent, game, and it's really nice to own, you know. It's a really good game. Alright, now we have Super Nintendo, but actually we're first starting off with Super Famicom, which is Super Nintendo, just, you know, Japanese. Alright, here we have, well, this name is, quite a mouthful, but it's, Bisoujo Senshi Sailor Moon S Kondo wa Puzzle de Oshiokyo. Yeah, did you get that? Bisoujo Senshi Sailor Moon S Kondo wa Puzzle de Oshiokyo. Yeah. I wanted this because, you know, hey, I got the other Sailor Moon puzzle game. Well, actually, there's 9 Sailor Moon games for the Super Famicom. I'm not sure how many of them are puzzle games, but I got one of them, which was Kudu Kurin, so I decided to get this. For one thing, it's more common than Kudu Kurin, so, yeah. Now, as for the game itself, it's not as good as Kudu Kurin. Kudu Kurin? I think it's Kudu Kurin, but point is, it's not as good as that game. What this is like, it's either like, oh, you know, clear all the blocks on your screen by, you know, matching up the colors of the blocks. Like, basically, there's like 3 colored blocks, and to get rid of blue blocks, to get rid of a blue block, you gotta make sure there's a blue block around it. You need at least 2 of the, yeah, you need at least 2 of the same colored blocks to get rid of, you know, blocks by simply pressing them. They don't fall down necessarily, they're just, okay, here they are on the play field, get rid of them all, or send a bunch of garbage blocks over to your opponent by like doing some combos or getting rid of massive amounts of blocks. It's kind of hard to describe, or maybe not, maybe it's easier than like a lot of other fucking puzzle games I talk about, but I always suggest you look out for gameplay if you want. But honestly, the game itself, it has its fun moments. I don't think it's a bad game, but just that Kudu Kurin is so much fucking better than this. But hey, I guess for the price it is, it does it does its job. That, and it's also one of the few games I own that supports the SNES mouse. Though I would not recommend playing it with that, because I don't know, something about playing with the controller is just easier. Here we have Batman Returns. I wanted this because, well, the game itself just looked badass and that, and also, I don't own many beat-em-ups at all. Like, really, I think I own less than 5 beat-em-ups. That's insane. You know, that's criminal. So, yeah, that's gonna have to be fixed. I mean, I'd love to get stuff like Spider-Man Maximum Carnage, you know, TMNT, Turtles in Time, but, you know, those are a tad bit pricey, but compared to those, this is more affordable, though it's only a 1-player beat-em-up. But gameplay-wise, it's pretty fun. I'm gonna have to play more of it, though. But really damn good game. I mean, hell, it's by Konami, you know, before they fucking suck dick. Because, yeah, goddamn it, Konami. But yeah, really freaking good game, though. Batman Returns, awesome. Probably the best Batman game on the Super Nintendo, to be honest. Great stuff. And also maybe the best version of Batman Returns. Here we have Brunswick World Tournament of Champions, also for the Super Nintendo. Now this game, I actually have the box for. Unfortunately, the box is, yeah, a little fucked up, but, well, yeah. Now, this is a bit of an interesting release. For one, it's the only other bowling game for the Super Nintendo, the other one being Super Bowling, and that was an early release for the system. This came out late in the system's lifespan. This came out in 1997. You know, there were other games that came out around that year, like Kirby's Dream Land 3 and Arkanoid Do It Again. But, you know, this was interesting to see this happen. It's clearly a budget release, you can tell by playing it, but how does it play? It plays fine, you know. I mean, granted, I'm not too entirely used to the power and spin meters mechanics, but it plays decently well, and while I still think Super Bowling is a much better bowling game and just a much better game, you can't go terribly wrong with it, especially for its price, I guess. Like, hell, you can get it in the box for like $20 on eBay, and just a cartridge for like freaking less than Mario Duck Hunt nowadays. So it might be worth it. I don't know. It's not a great game, I think, or maybe it is a great game. I don't know. But I have enjoyed it. You know, I'm just not digging it as much as you know, Super Bowling, or like even Brunswick Circuit Pro Bowling for the N64. But still, good stuff. Alright, here we have a label upgrade, Arrow Gauge for the Nintendo 64. I did talk about this in a previous episode when I got it in the box back in May of 2014. My original copy was in fucking terrible shape. Like, the best way I can put it is that you see the color on the Arrow Gauge logo? Yeah, on my original copy, the color was completely gone. Like, you could just see smudge marks and like slight sun fading on the label, and this color was gone. So it's like, yeah. I've talked about it before, but to briefly recap, it's not a bad game. It has some ideas going for it, like the graphics, the gameplay, you know, and the music's not too bad, but it's like they didn't flesh it out. There's not enough modes, there's not enough courses, there's only like 6 courses in this, and there's not even 4-player. So it's like, you have something going with this, why not fucking make a full out like fully fledged game. Like, that kind of pained me to see, because this could have been a fantastic, or at least a really good game, but, you know, just with the fact that its concepts aren't fleshed out enough, you know, yeah, I mean, in a way, it kind of reminds me of, like, Mario Party Island Tour. Good game, but it really needed to have its, like, ideas more fleshed out, though this suffers from that more than Mario Party Island Tour. But, because of how cheap it is, I guess if you're curious, it might be worth it, though the fact that it's only 2 players is stupid. And then there was this, which I had made a video on briefly, this amazing deal, Super Bowling for the N64. I talked about this in a previous episode when I didn't own it, but yes, as some may know, this is one of the rarest and hardest to find games for the Nintendo 64. The reason being is that it was released in 2001, early 2001 though. I believe this was released in January of 2001. And as a result, they just didn't make too many copies because late release for the system, you know, cartridges, expensive and everything. That's one thing that kind of hurt the N64, so yeah, they couldn't be asked to make too many of these. Even though it came out in Japan in 1999, that version's still uncommon. Not, you know, worth as much, but it's still hard to find. So I got a pretty amazing deal on this for $30. Gameplay wise, it's great. I really like this game. My biggest problem is that the pin physics feel a little heavy, like they feel a little on the heavy side. But one thing I love about this game is its charm and its like uniqueness and its like variety, like the variety in bowling lanes. Like, you know, you're bowling in a river that's a double stacked, you know, lane. You're bowling in like a garage, you know, they have this China themed lane, this Japan themed lane. Like, they really, you know, there was creativity put into this game. It's one of the most like creative and, you know, unique like sports games I think I've seen. You know, and if they ever made a sequel, I can't imagine how much more they would add. That'd be even better. It'd be like freaking, I don't know, it'd be just great. Like, they really did a good job with this game. And it was gonna be one of the few N64 games, or rather one of the few rare retro games that I would have actually shelled out its asking price for. But the fact that I was able to find it for this cheap was pretty damn awesome, and a really enjoyable game at that. And also graphically, it looks fucking amazing for the Nintendo 64. Check it out on YouTube. It's hard to recommend as a game, but it's like, it's really awesome to own one of the rarest N64 games. Though, with that said, owning one of the rarest N64 games isn't as cool as, say, owning one of the rarest like Genesis or Super Nintendo games, but it's still really nice to have. I do have a GameCube game that I'm going to talk about, but let's talk about some Wii U related stuff. We have NES Remix Pack. Now, I'm not going to go too far into this. You probably know what this is. It's, well, a pack. It's got NES Remix 1 and 2 games that were originally digital, but hey, packaged together for the low price of $30. I know this came out in like the holiday of 2014, but I guess I wasn't in any real rush to get it. But at Walmart, I saw this, and it was the non-Nintendo Selects version, so I'm like, fuck it, I have some cash to spare, let's get this, support Nintendo, get a, you know, a variant of a game that I've been wanting. And I've played it for about like 4 hours, and yeah, it's pretty fun, you know. I do like the little snippets of various NES games. Granted, I don't think they would give you the full NES games because these games are on the Virtual Console, but I do like this. This is pretty cool, you know. I don't know what much else to say. It's just, it's fun for what it is, actually. It's a nice little time killer, you know, with a purpose, I guess. Like, it's not just one of those high score games. Like, Atari 2600 games are good time killers. I do like playing those. But, you know, when it's a time killer like this, or say like Mario Maker or whatever, where, you know, I can get something done, it's pretty cool. And that's what this is, essentially. Alright. Now we have Rodea the Sky Soldier, also for the Wii U. Now, I remember when this game was first announced, I was fucking stoked. Like, I can't, like, when this game was first announced, that was the first time I've been stoked for a game since, like, Super Smash Bros. 4, you know? Well, I'm not saying I didn't like any games that came out in between this and Smash Bros., but it's like, you know, it got me just as excited the same way, because one thing, you know, not only is it, like, this third-party Wii U exclusive, like, kind of, but also the game looked really cool, it looked really fun, unique, and also, it's made by Yuji Naka, you know, creator of Sonic. When I first saw it, I kind of got the impression, is this like a Nights in a Dream's spiritual successor? And, well, I wouldn't say it's that, but, you know, I guess because the whole character flying aspect, that's why one would get that impression. But no, that's not the case. Because, well, there's more stuff going on here. It's essentially a platformer, but, you know, got some action going on in the sky. And, well, I was kind of hesitant to get it when it eventually came out, because I saw some reviews, but, well, here I got it. I actually got it June 12th of this year. And, I really like this game. I'm not lying, I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything, I'm not trying to be a fanboy, defend it, but I really, really like Rodea the Sky Soldier. Its gameplay, you know, its charm, not so much in the story, like, I'm not saying the story's bad, it's just that it's not the same, like, it just wasn't what I was expecting, but it works fair enough. And, you know, hey, I enjoy it, you know, it's good. I don't know how much else to describe it. The action's fun, the gameplay's good, you know, graphically, yeah, it's not as impressive as it could be, especially for Wii U standards. Like, I've heard that the Wii, like, you may know this already, but here's the thing. This comes with two games, okay? It comes with the Wii version that was set to come out in 2011, and the Wii U version. Now, supposedly, from what I remember, going off of vague memory here, I believe the Wii U version is said to be just a 3DS port, because yes, this game is also on the 3DS, and I will be getting that soon. Whereas the Wii version is, you know, everyone says is superior. Now, I haven't played the Wii version at nearly as much as the Wii U version, but yeah, graphically, it's definitely more colorful. I will completely agree with you on that. But I've played like 8 hours of the Wii U version, and I don't see it as a bad game. I still think it's enjoyable, you know, plus it's got, you know, standard controls, you know, it's like, whereas this, I'm not sure if there's any way to turn it off the motion controls, but yes, there is some motion controls to be had. I mean, it's a Wii game, that's, I guess, to be expected. So, like, yeah. But I don't care whatever people say. I still think Rodea the Sky Soldier is just generally a good time, be it the Wii U version or the Wii U version. I can't speak for the 3DS version, but I will be getting that soon on my next 3DS game, and I would recommend it. You know, it should be cheaper now. Like, I got it for $30 brand new at EB Games at that. So yeah, I'd recommend it. It's probably gonna hold its value in the future, because it's one of those third-party Wii U games that's actually, well, you know, exclusive and interesting.